In this video, we are going to see the difference among real-time operating system and general purpose operating system. As we know that real-time operating system will guarantee you that any critical task will be completed within the deadline. So it gives the more and more reliability. But if you see the general purpose operating system, it will not guarantee you that any critical task can be completed within the some specific deadline. So that is one of the main difference among RTOS and general purpose operating system. In real-time operating system, it guarantees you the response time within some bounded response time your critical task will be completed. While in case of non-real-time operating system, the response time can vary. Here NRTA means non-real-time application, and to achieve this kind of bounded response time, it uses some operations like interrupt handling, or it uses critical section, and it uses a scheduling mechanism. These all things we'll see separately in the later videos. For example, general purpose operating system, you can think of all desktop operating system like your Windows, Linux, iOS and Android. These are general purpose operating system which we uses for our laptops, mobile phones or tablets. But real-time operating systems are the dedicated ones, and for example we have these two operating systems, VSWorks and QNX, are widely used in embedded industry for very critical projects. And we also have free version of RTOS which is also supported by many processors. We can easily download this free RTOS and use for our projects. And further difference about general purpose operating system and RTOS are, from the scheduling point of view, let's say there are 5 processes which has to run on your CPU, and 4 of them are low priority processors and P5 is having higher priority. So even though P5 is having higher priority, all the tasks will be given equal preference to run on this CPU. For a certain time, let's say, if the process P5 is running for 5 times, then other tasks will also run for 5 times. So equal time slots will be allocated to the all processes. So that's why it is not able to meet the deadline for high priority processes. But in case of general purpose operating system, it will give the higher priority to this process P5. As you can see here, if the higher priority task is coming very often, then CPU will be firstly allocated to process P5. That means this P5 process will preempt the lower priority processes. For example, suppose this low priority process P2 was running, and at that moment the request for this P5 has come, which is having the higher priority. The execution of current process will be paused and it will be preempted by higher priority process P5, and now this P5 process will execute on the CPU. Another difference, the task switching latency. What is task switching latency? It is the time in between when the event occurred. In case of accident, let's say the accident was detected, crash was detected. So from the time T1, it took this much time to execute relevant task on the processor. So the time taken in between event occurred and when it is exactly executed is called task switching latency. So at time T1, the crash was detected and the airbag comes up at time T2. So your T2 minus T1 is task switching latency, and this time is bounded. It cannot take much time. It must be in few millisecond to microsecond. If it is taking more than that, then it will be really a disaster scenario. Then there is no use of airbags in the car. While in case of general purpose operating system, it will not guarantee you that your task will be performed within the deadline, because it gives equal priority to all the tasks or all the processes, you can say. Another difference, the interrupt latency. If you are executing critical tasks within your interrupt service routine, so here again, when the event has occurred and your actual interrupt service routine is executed, the time T2 minus T1 is your interrupt latency time. The time taken to execute your interrupt service routine is here interrupt latency. So in case of general purpose operating system, based on the current load, interrupt routine will be serviced. So here also time is bounded in case of RTOS. So these are the basic differences between real-time operating system and general purpose operating system. Thank you so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for more videos on this same topic RTOS, and I'll see you soon.